The decade of the 1980s in India was a period marked by dramatic shifts and critical events that shaped the nation's future, setting the course for the country we see today. It was a time of turbulence, transformation, and tragedy. A decade that bore witness to the rise of separatist movements, the assassination of a prime minister, and the beginning of far-reaching economic reforms. In the early 1980s, a significant event unfolded in the northern state of Punjab. Sikh separatists demanded an independent state, Khalistan. This demand was a response to perceived discrimination and the desire for a homeland where Sikhs could exercise their rights without interference. The situation escalated, leading to the Indian army being sent into the holiest of Sikh shrines, the Golden Temple at Amritsar. This operation, known as Operation Blue Star, resulted in a tragic loss of life and stirred deep anger within the Sikh community. The aftershocks of this operation reverberated throughout the country, culminating in a tragic event that shook the nation. In October 1984, one of the Sikh bodyguards in Indira Gandhi's personal security detail assassinated her. The assassination of India's first female prime minister, a figure who had dominated the political landscape for over a decade, sent shockwaves through the nation and the world. Following the assassination, her son Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. He ushered in an era of several reforms in the field of the Indian economy and that of science and technology, laying the groundwork for the modernization of India. His tenure, however, was not without its challenges. Among these were the issues of the Tamil minority in Sri Lanka, which had significant repercussions on the domestic front. Despite his efforts, Rajiv Gandhi could not continue as Prime Minister due to internal differences in his party. In 1989, he stepped down, marking the end of an era. However, the decade of the 1980s was not yet done with its share of upheavals. Towards the end of the decade, unrest began in the northernmost state of Jammu and Kashmir, setting the stage for a conflict that would continue into the next decade and beyond. In conclusion, the decade of the 1980s in India was a period of significant change and upheaval. It was a decade that saw the rise of separatist movements, the assassination of a prime minister, and the initiation of economic reforms that would transform the nation. The events of this decade had profound impacts on the political, economic, and social fabric of the country, the echoes of which can still be felt today. It was indeed a defining decade in the history of modern India,